Hi, I'm Zen and welcome to my channel. So the first tea for the first video is going to be the Celestial Country Peach Passion Herbal Tea. It's really good. I got this from a friend. She was moving and cleaning out her pantry, and so I love tea, so I took it. And this is a really good tea. It smells amazing, but it tastes even better. And one thing I can say definitely, I'm a lime in my tea person. Lemon is good, but lime will change it a bit. It's pretty good. Lime is good. So I did this tea, one bag with lime and honey. And so this episode of Real Housewives of Potomac is season 6 episode 13, and it is GVO or GTFO, so good vibes only or get the fuck out. So this episode is going to be essentially Wendy's trip, and this is a couple's trip too, so we get a little bit of husband's action. So we start the episode with Mia. She's packing in her skyscraper of a home. She's packing, her and Gordon packing for their trip. And so apparently Mia says that it's Gordon's idea to let mom keep the kids, and I think it's a really good idea, a good way for him to step in and kind of encourage the progression of the relationship between Mia and her mom. And so I'm here for that. That's a really good thing. In the episode we get to Gordon saying that he can be a lot, and in these previews he could be a lot. So that's what this episode is going to show us, how much Gordon can be. And so they then go on to discuss the "your mom is low budget" comment from Candiace, and Gordon wasn't here for it, as he shouldn't be. Mia, she goes on to say that and by the way, Mia's green screen look, we love it. We love Mia's green screen look. Mia, she's typically here on all points. That's the only thing that she gets me with sometimes is the lip color, but we let it ride. So they were talking about Candace telling her that her mom was low budget, and Mia proceeds to say that if Candace wants to move forward, they can move forward, but if she wants to take it to high school, then go all the way back to high school. And Mia slow blinked on that all the way back, so I'm feeling like she means all the way back. We're gonna take it back to high school. So we're gonna see how that goes, but I don't know, I don't see Candace letting this go because of Mia going the route that she went with talking to her mom. Candace is very sensitive about her mom, so I don't see that blowing over. We go to Candace. It is Candace and Chris. She's getting their charcuterie for outside. And so she sits down at the table. It's in the 4 o'clock hour, and she says, you know, they only got a few more minutes to talk about business because they've enacted this no business after 5 rule. And I think that's a really good idea for the dynamic that they have going on. It's beneficial to keep it calm in the house. So I think that's a good idea. She's going on to talk about, you know, how she's really needing this to work out. She needs to be signed like yesterday. And, you know, every artist's goal, you know, at the end of the day is to not be independent all the time and have to push the money out. So yeah, we get that. And then so Candace proceeds to talk to Chris about Giselle's party, and where she asked Mia about Mia asking Dottie if Chris was on the payroll. And so she proceeds to tell Chris that Mia says that she didn't mean it maliciously, and genuinely I don't think Mia meant it maliciously either. I just think that she did not have the best discretion at the time, and she didn't read the room properly, because not only are you asking her mom, you're at the event asking her mom. And so it was not the right time, the place, or really the right question to be asked. But I don't think that her intent was malicious. They continue to talk about that, and I'm just honestly feeling like poor Chris. I'm honestly feeling like poor Chris, because he is really just trying to get in where he fit in, support his wife, and deal with Dorothy and the live cutout that they have in their home of her. You know, like, I really feel like he's just trying to do right by the do right, and he just keep being talked about here and there and here and there. And so Chris proceeds to say that he does enjoy hanging out with Ascala and Dre, her husband. And I do personally feel like Ascala could be a beneficial friendship for Candace, because Ascala has shown throughout her time on this season that she's gonna say what she wants to say when she wants to say it, and ask the questions that everyone wants to know. So I'm pretty much here for that. And I think that initially, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt like Ascala, be quiet. She was talking a little bit too much. But I mean, realistically speaking, she was the voice of the viewers. She was asking the questions that we want to fucking know. So I felt like, hey, do what you gotta do. And so I do feel like Ascala is fair. She likes to have a level playing field. She doesn't want you to hit below the belt, or like how Mia does with throwing up how many businesses she has. She just wants to, like, if we're gonna fight or argue, let's argue about what we're arguing about, not everything else. And so I feel like for Ascala, she could be the level-headedness that Candace might need when she gets upset and riled up, to be like, hey, you know, let's reel it in, let's talk about it, but you don't have to do that. So I think that Skylar could be a beneficial friend for Candace for sure, if Candace allows it though. And so her and Chris proceed to talk, and they're talking about how he doesn't like some people. And so production in their pettiness cuts to a clip of Michael Darby. And we already know that the Darbys and the Bassetts, Capulets and Montagues, and we're not talking in love, okay? Full family feud. They don't like each other. So that I felt like production was alluding to. We gonna get some husband drama or some something. We gonna get something. That's to Ashley. She is giving mom on the go look. Love it. Love the dress, the Converse, and the denim jacket. And so Ashley is there visiting Robin, and she brought her a plant. I'm not sure what kind of plant it was, but she brought her a plant. And so Robin and Ashley are talking about Candiace and Mia. And they're talking about the whole, Candiace talking about Mia Mama situation. And Robin proceeds to explain to Ashley why that's such an issue. And I can't lie to you, I do not think that was Robin's truth to tell, like via Mia's mom or Mia. Those are two people that are involved in that one situation. So I don't necessarily think it was her place to tell everything, but I get that she was trying to shed light on why Candace needs to stop that shit. So I appreciate her for being honest in that sense. And then in her green screen, she definitely does still hold Candace accountable for, like, you gotta cool it down and don't be talking about people mama like that. And so I definitely agree with that. Robin's green screen, I'ma say I'm gonna need a different lip color. I'm not really liking the whole the package put together. The hair, the dress with the cuts, and then the lip color was given orange. And I would have to see the rest of the look, but I'm betting that there's no more orange. So I'm not vibing with that either. And I feel like maybe for the hair, we could have went shorter or up for the action that the dress was giving. So Robin proceeds to say that Wendy is an asshole. And this is something that I feel like is debatable or circumstantial. We'll say circumstantial, as is for everybody. Everybody can be an asshole under the right circumstances, right? So I'm feeling like Robin is feeling Wendy is asshole because of Robin inserting herself in a situation that didn't have anything to do with her. And that's where I'm feeling like she's not able to see that had she just let Giselle get ripped up alone, her and Juan would not have been in the line of fire. But now that they are, or were, and Wendy apologized for it, but Robin doesn't believe the apology. So it's just like, at this point, you want to be mad at Wendy so that you and Giselle can have something to be mad at together. And you know what? If that's what you want to do with your friend, that is fine. But stop making it the Wendy issue, because it's not Wendy. She's apologized to you, and it's been clear multiple times that her issue is not with you, it's with Giselle. But something else I do feel like is, Wendy, you can't apologize for talking about Robin's relationship and then keep throwing salt on Robin's relationship. If you sorry, leave that shit alone, because that's gonna forever be the blockade in y'all's relationship. She's gonna feel like you don't genuinely mean that you're sorry, and every time you're mad, you're gonna remind me that I'm not a wife. Right after Robin calls Wendy an asshole and explains why she feels as though she's an asshole, she says that she feels as though Wendy is upset if you don't agree with her. And I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like in this particular situation, you and Giselle were doing what y'all were doing in the way that y'all were doing it, and y'all felt like that was appropriate. And so when someone else feels as though it's inappropriate, she's not saying you gotta agree with me. She's saying, can you understand why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, and why y'all doing this shit was low-key shady, and why y'all could have talked to me. And I don't feel like she was just mad at, yes, she was mad at Giselle, but I don't feel like she was just mad at Giselle. I feel like anybody in that situation that heard the rumor about Eddie and was talking about it before bringing it to Wendy is wrong. And that's just that. We cut to Giselle sending a group text message directed to one person, Wendy, saying that she feels unwelcome to come on this trip due to the rudeness of the invite. Giselle's green screen is Giselle's green screen is a no, and a no. I don't like the dress. I don't like the lip color. I don't like the hairdo. No. So then we cut to Wendy. Wendy is packing for her trip, loving the outfit that she has on. It's a two-piece set. It's really cute. She calls her dog Zoe. My cat's name is Joey. Wendy is discussing the text from Giselle with Eddie, saying that, that she feels unwelcome due to the rudeness. And so Zen Win with the Zen comes in and she says, I will be packing nothing but positive energy. You ladies are welcome to come. But I will be packing nothing but positive energy, and quite possibly a wig or two. And I understand. Because at the end of the day, realistically speaking, Giselle, okay, don't come. That's fine. Because first of all, it's a couple strip. You're not even dating. So at least like with Ashley, you know what I'm saying, when Michael doesn't come, she's married. When Juan doesn't come, I mean, they've been together. So in this particular case, you not coming is really not holding nothing up. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it will be that situation of, I don't know, you be the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10th wheel. So at this point, don't come. So I feel like that was perfectly fine. Bring the positive energy or don't come. And so Robin then responds to that text message in the group and says, thank you ladies so much for coming to Reasonably Shady. And also, yeah, you ladies enjoy your trip. And so we knew 1 + 1 was 2, and that if Giselle's not going, then Robin's not going. And that's just that on that. And Juan damn near won't be caught at anything. Anything Real Housewives production, other than quite possibly a reunion. So we knew he wasn't coming anyway. In this visit to Robin, Ashley then proceeds to say that Michael will not be coming on the trip. And I feel like that's for the best. She says he'll be staying with the babies. And understanding that Dean is like, what, 2 now? But I feel like it's for the best to reacclimate him to parenting, because I mean, he's got a long way to go. These are 2 babies. He got a long way to go, and this man is over 50. So I feel like it's a good idea to reacclimate him to parenting and to get him used to Ashley not being, you know, glued to the kids like that. Is she needs, I'm a firm believer of happy person equals happy parent equals happy kids. So she really does need to have some time to be a woman and to be happy by herself and not feel like she's just a mother. That's not the only thing that she is. And so I feel like she definitely needs that. And then I feel like it's beneficial because honestly, none of the husbands like Michael. None of the husbands like Michael. I'm so sorry. I feel like they know how to act. For instance, like Chris Samuels, cool as a fan, know how to act. But that don't mean he like Michael. That don't mean he want him to come to stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at the end of the day, nobody is checking for Michael. So I feel like it's best socially. Sit it out. We cut to Karen. Karen's green screen is a yes, yes, and more yeses. Karen's wigs ever since roughly what, season 3? Season 3, Karen been doing what needs to be done. Every green screen, Karen is doing what needs to be done roughly since season 3. It don't matter what the look is. It's put together and serving. And then she be giving this action. Sometimes in production, I be like, Karen, posture for the gods. Because I don't sit like that, honey. We are years apart. And she is really put together and poised. And I love that about her. So we cut to Karen. She is getting ready to go. Her and Ray Ray. He's not, or he's coming the next day apparently, because she sprung the trip on him. He said, I need a little time preparation. You don't just tell me stuff like that. And I'm him. Okay, I don't care if you told me 24 hours ago. I needed at least 72 hours to decide on whether or not I really wanted to be there. So you did not give me enough time. So Ray is saying that he will be there, you know, a day later. Ashley arrives for Karen and Ashley to go on the trip together. And I think that's great for their relationship because they have come from... Ashley, don't you ever talk to me. Don't you ever speak my name or my daughter's name, okay? So I'm really happy that they can ride in a car together copaesthetically. And Ashley... Ashley pulls out this big ass picture of her family. And I'm saying Ashley needs that Michael staying with the kids is for the best because she needs to, you know, have time to herself as a mom. But I'm thinking Ashley don't know that she needs to have time to herself as a mom. Girl, your phone would have been fine. You do not need a live printout. She got one as wide as the damn frame, okay? Like the TV frame, the YouTube frame. Girl, you didn't need that. But I understand you miss your babies, okay? And then she just had another one. So that's a new, you know, attached bond. So I get it. And so then we cut to Wendy. Wendy arrives to the trip location. It's beautiful. It's breezy. That wig flying. That wig flying. It's beautiful. It's breezy. Okay, her outfit is a yes. I'm loving it. I love the color too. I'm not big into bright colors, but when they're put together well, I think that she did really good with the yellow and the black. And so they arrive, and then shortly after they have arrived, Mia and G arrive. And Wendy, she definitely makes it known that this is not the cottage trip. Okay, everyone has a space in this house. And something that I might point out, I really understand that, you know, it costs buku, right, to get a house that has individual rooms with individual beds. But I do not be vibing with Airbnbs that have bunk beds or 2 beds in a room. We could have went to a hotel for that and slept in 2 queen beds rather than this. So I don't understand that, and I'm never keen on it. No, I don't want to be there. I don't want to stay there. I don't want to sleep there. No. So they arrive and they're going through, and they're essentially showing that everybody's gonna have a space in this house, be it desired or not. Everybody's gonna have a space in this house. No one will be in the cottage, and that's what's key. Mia and G arrive. And they are all heading to the bar. They're heading to the bar because this trip is GVO. That is good vibes only, okay? So they are heading to the bar to take that first shot to get sunk in. And I'm here for it. Mia's outfit, I'm here for it. I gave it a 7 to an 8 out of 10 just because it was well coordinated, but it wasn't too much pop. It wasn't too much pop, but I like it. I like the bralette, or I'm not sure if it was a bodysuit camisole type of thing or a bralette under the floral nude. I like that because I could see a gold detail in the middle. Love a good detail. Her hair was a little tousled, but you know, look, okay, look, and I wear clip-ins, so whatever. And then the shoes, love the nude shoe. So I like the way she was put together and subtle. It was here. And Mia's green screen, again, we giving it a yes. We giving it a yes. Mia, as her and G are getting, you know, just a little bit settled in, she talks about how her and G, they work hard, but they play harder. And I'm here for it because that is something that you got to remember. There's no reward for exhaustion. Nobody is patting you on the back for not going to sleep tonight. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You got to take care of yourself. So yeah, do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, this culture of work. Yeah, your body will let you know. So go ahead and when you work hard, you play harder, you relax even harder, okay? Take the time that you need for yourself. So Mia is talking to Wendy about the situation and her history between her and her mom. And then Wendy then correlates that situation to like the fight between her and Candiace, and she's like, this is where we went wrong. This is the faux pas, right? And understanding that she did not know, but that's just kind of like navigating life 101. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know people's history. You don't know this woman. So that is why you do not just walk around your mama, because her mama was a drug addict. Thank God she's still alive. Worst case scenario, she died. OD'd. So this is why you don't say things like that. You don't just walk around insulting people, using your words as swords, and then when somebody pull out a sword, Monique, you're upset. And so Mia says that it took her back to a place of, you spoiled brat. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. When she said that, I said, where's the lies? That's what I said out loud. Okay? Because she is right. This is the same person that when her husband called her a diva, which is just another version of a spoiled brat, she told him that he wasn't shit just like his daddy. You dug that deep because he said something that was true that you don't like to hear? Okay? Like, realistically, this is what she said back to her husband. And ever since Candace has been introduced to the show, I have felt like, yes, she is a very, you know, welcome chocolate. That, first of all, we're going to say that. Thank you so much for the melanin on the show. Thank you. So we're loving that. But then at the end of the day, you can tell that Candace is from a world of Jack and Jill, debutante, pageant, charity ball. Things that are not everybody's everyday. And even if they are, that don't mean that that's who they are, right? And so you just cannot be that person all the time. Sometimes we get cool Candace, and then other times she's just up in arms and armed, okay? Fucking armed. So we cut to Karen and Ashley, and they are still on their way to this trip. And Ashley says that she is currently taking her, Karen asks her if she feels better. And Ashley says yes, she does, because she has been taking her placenta tablets and she highly recommends it. Karen is like, do you? Because she does not think it's a good idea. Or it sounds gross to people. And I understand that it sounds gross, but I guess for me, I'm studying to be a postpartum doula. So part of my job is to low-key recommend for you to take those placenta tablets. And I feel like once you understand what your placenta is comprised of and what that's doing for you, then maybe your mom might be able to get past the gross for the feel-good that you're going to have later on after you have your baby. So I second that motion with Ashley, and look out for postpartum doula services to come. So Karen is talking about planning her vow renewal with Ray, and inviting everyone to show the ladies that they can trust her to move forward. And I'm gonna be honest with you, wouldn't be moving forward with Giselle. She wouldn't have too many times to talk about my husband. She wouldn't have too many times to do the things that she's doing. The tax reform, the free Uncle Ben. you're mean. You're mean. Like, I'm not your friend. You're not my friend. You're mean. So I feel like that is just something. Would she be invited to my wedding? For production? Yeah. For production, yes. Realistically, no, because I'm not paying for that bitch to sit, stand, breathe, or eat. No, thank you. Okay? No. Karen is saying that she will invite all the ladies. Production then cuts to Ray being shady, saying who she gonna bring? The hairdresser? And I mean, honestly, I'm not mad at that shade. I'm not mad at it. Ray had his rights and he took them. Because she said that Ray would be dead before her beauty faded. You don't say that, especially about somebody that's old. So at the end of the day, I feel like his shade was well founded and I'm here for the foundation, okay? Candace and Chris arrive. Candace walks in with that annoying ass singing. I don't like it. I don't like when Candace sings. I don't like when Candace sings. I don't like when Candace sings. I haven't liked it from when she started. I don't like it now. I don't like when Candace sings. And then her and Mia exchange a good, hey, where's everybody? They're over there, okay? They were giving very much Sizzle's granny. You ain't got shit to say to me. I ain't got shit to say to you. And step on in, okay? They said, and I respect it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I respect it because if I know I don't fuck with you, there is no reason for us to pretend. There is no reason for us to pretend. There's no reason for us to exchange pleasantries when we both know that they're not coming from a pleasant place. Get the hell on and stop. Like, it's just unnecessary. So I feel like for the sake of production, can we give each other a peace sign? Yeah, but I wouldn't even give her a hello. There's nowhere in my contract, in my paycheck, and nothing that says that I gotta talk to a bitch that called my mama low budget. We cut to Candace's green screen, and I'm gonna give it a yes yet again, okay? Giving Candace's green screen a yes. But then Candace proceeds to say Mia walking in with her big ass feet and calling her a giant and all of these things. And I just really feel like if you can make that reason with her physique, then why do you continue to try somebody that could beat your ass? That's where I'm just not understanding. Monique, I'm not saying that I don't know y'all's height difference, but Monique was pretty petite. That's even after having a child. And she still, I mean, had you pinned to the table like a thumbtack. So I'm trying to understand what in Mia's bigness, what in this giant makes you think that this is the person to play with. I don't understand it. And per the previews, salad will be tossed. This is not the person to play with. And we see Candace's outfit in the scene. We see Candace's outfit in the scene. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. I don't like the fit of the jeans. I don't like the shirt, and I don't like the shoes. And I don't like the fit of the jeans with the shirt and the shoes. The jeans could go with something totally different. Those jeans and even those shoes with a nice white crisp button down, tied and tucked, and, you know, giving one of those, like, you know, boho mom on the go looks, that would have been much better than what she delivered. The shirt did not go with anything she had on. Didn't like it. And if the mustard was in the shirt, we didn't see that. So I didn't like it. Okay, and so we on the trip now at this point. We've got Wendy and Eddie, we've got me and G, and we've got Candace and Chris that have arrived, and Ashley and Karen are still on their way. And then Giselle and Robin are not coming. So, or as of yet. So G starts to let loose, y'all. This is the point where he starts feeling the shots, and it's going in slow motion for him, but in live action for everybody else. This is the point where G is lit. So G proceeds to say that he is a strip club connoisseur. Mia walk around telling everybody that he's, what, 65, 68? Meanwhile, he's saying, where the shots and where the strip club? Because I'm a connoisseur, okay? They're telling two different stories, but I'm believing G. I'm believing G. I'm not believing Mia, okay? I feel like G having given me these two kids got her thinking that, oh, girl, bye, okay? Bye. Let them kids turn 15, get cars, and he ain't got to worry about shit. Y'all gonna be back in the strip club, kind of sewing together, okay? And so G says that he's a strip club connoisseur, and Mia says, you know that's where he found this, you know that's where he met me. And Candace shady ass says, yes, we know. So G proceeds to say that there is nothing better than his wife, though. You know, though he likes to go to the strip club, though he's the connoisseur of those arts, There is nothing better than his wife, though he met her in a strip club. There is nothing better than his wife, as he proceeds to say. So G proceeds to say that there is nothing better than his wife, and Candiace in her green screen and all her green glory, child, she goes and says, quote, who needs to go to the strip club when you bring the strip club permanently in your house? Why I never? Like, I just don't understand why she talks about people so fucking bad. I don't get it. I don't understand. And then the thing is that the shit that she says to and about Mia is actually on the nice spectrum of the things that Candace says. And that's scary. That is really scary, and that is really sad. Because her calling baby Ashley all of the names that she calls her, all of the racial slurs that she calls her in aspects of her being in an interracial relationship, a bedwench, a milkmaid, these things that she calls her, and might I add a little bit of logic to the situation, she calls her these things as if she herself is not in an interracial relationship. Is it the age gap between Chris and Michael that make her the milkmaid and not you? I don't understand how you can make reason with calling somebody all of these names. The difference is what? You don't have kids and she do? Gordon proceeds to explain him and Mia's arrangement that they have. And Mia proceeds to say, well, you know, G likes white women. Candace said, you like white women. And I felt that. I feel like Candace. That's what he said. White women. Like, girl, what? What? And you're okay with it. You're okay with it. Because you said it. And then he agreed. Gordon proceeds to begin to make some very, very interesting gestures. He proceeds to make some very interesting gestures with his hands, with his body parts. He begins to do some very odd things. I'm not really interested in it. I don't like it. And I feel like this is why, if you know that your spouse does not handle alcohol well, please don't let them embarrass y'all. Because he's not just embarrassing himself at this point. He's embarrassing Mia and every single joint chiropractic location that they own. Okay? He is embarrassing the shit out of me, and I don't even know this man. And then G proceeds to say, while making these gestures, where the white women at? I'm sorry, what do you say? Somebody get him a bottle of Crystal Geyser spring water. Bring him down, because I don't like any of this. Give him his coffee black like he should like his women, and bring it down. I'm not here for it. And Mia says, well, you know, I'm a big bitch, and I'm not understanding where that came from, who asked for it or what prompted it. But Candace standing in the background, yes, we know. Like, girl, leave this woman alone. Oh my God. Candace, Mia, cut it out. And then Mia proceeds to say that she not about to calm G down. G's 68. She lets him do him. G is 68. G is 68. Juju is like 3. He's 68. I don't understand. I'm here for people to be, and I don't know how old Michael is. I'm here for people being in love, but I'll be feeling like I'm so sorry. I have got to be realistic for the plan of my life. And a senior citizen and a baby, that's not my plan. That's not my plan. And I understand that okay, I'm sorry. Reeling it in. Senior citizen was strong, because though you may be aged as a senior citizen, you may not act or behave or feel like a senior citizen. And so that's definitely the vibe that G is giving, okay? So we get that, but you're telling me that he is 2 years from 70? And y'all's oldest child together is not even 10. And he is 2 years from 70. All I'm saying is more power to you. I don't know how you did that, Mia. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you convinced him to have a baby that old. Okay, 2. More power to you. That's it. No more shade. You doing something right. That's what that is, okay? But Skylar and Dre have arrived, and G says, who the fuck is that? That tickled the shit out of me, because he meant what he said. He really did not know who these people were, but the alcohol made him say it that way. So yeah, he politely asked who the hell they were. Right, let's see. I'm not feeling a Skylar outfit this time, and I'm gonna be honest with you. A Skylar always knew what to give. every scene, every ponderosa amongst the women, she always knew what to give when it came to wardrobe. And quite honestly, and quiet as it's kept, a Scala outfit for Candace's video shoot was my favorite. A Scala's look was my favorite. A Scala and Robin, those were the two that came to serve. A Scala, Robin, and Wendy. A Scala, Robin, and Wendy. And I mean, Karen, she be looking good to be her age, and I'm so sorry. A Scala, Robin, Wendy, and Karen, they came to serve. I did not like Mia's shoes with her outfit. I think that she should have took a note from Wendy's boots to go with her outfit. That would have been better. A Scala peeps though that he is drunk as hell. A Scala peeps that this man is on one, and production cuts to G it off in the distance. He got something. I don't know what he's drinking, okay? Giving Kool-Aid Jammer vibes. He is making a phone call, right? He's making a phone call. G is calling his car dealer. He's calling his car dealer, and he's walking in and handing me the phone. It's a customized G-Wagon because he's G. You know, that was a little player. I'm not gonna lie, that was player. It was nice. So G gets her a customized G-Wagon for their 8th wedding anniversary. And he tells her, you know, I don't give many chances to tell you to shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say it again. Somebody get this man a tall glass of Crystal Geyser and his coffee black. He is tripping. He is tripping. I don't give me any chances to tell you to shut the fuck up in front. Oh, baby. No, you don't give me any chances, and you're not gonna get another one you say that shit again. Okay? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. No, thank you. Wendy is me in that scene. She said, no, really though. No, really. And love a good facial expression when some shit going down. Love it. Because that is me. Where's the snacks? And damn, did y'all heard it? Okay, giving a good facial expression. Wendy is me. Because I cannot believe he said that to her in public. Like, G asked Chris if he can get along. All in his face. All in his face. Can I get along? I've heard that white men get good interest rates. And Chris is obviously uncomfortable, not trying to talk, not trying to interact, feeling like, is this another old man just giving his essence that I didn't ask for. Meanwhile, production cuts to Candace talking to Scala, saying that she sees the similarities between Michael and G. Literally, she's saying that she sees the similarities. She says that they've done the whole monogamy thing with kids. They've lived that life, and that's not what they want. I feel like that is not your place. So the ladies are talking, and Scala says something ain't right at home. And I feel like, yet again, another ill-placed observation. Y'all don't be having the rights to speak on people's shit like that. Y'all don't know what's going on at home. Prior to now, y'all never thought nothing was wrong with Mia's household. Let this man drink in peace. Candiace proceeds to say that she thinks that the age gap is a red flag. And I feel like no one asked you to wave any flags, baby. No one asked you to... We didn't ask you that. I don't understand. Nobody asked for the verdict from Candace on whether or not you think that Mia and Gordon's relationship has any flags of any color. Did nobody ask you that? To that I say get some business, because having a live cutout of your mother in your home is a red flag. That's how I feel about that. And I don't care if it's in her room. That's weird. So those are the red flags that we see and no one's saying anything. Or I'm sorry, when we do, you get upset. So, not going with that one. Mia finds the ladies and says, y'all in here talking shit. And I'm like, oh, beautiful question. I'm happy in your first season you learned how to enter the room, because yes, they're always talking shit. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Perfect question to enter the room and to let them know the person you're talking about is coming, okay? Thank you. And so they proceed. Scala gets straight to it. Scala gets straight to it. Mia said, y'all talking shit. Scala said, did G tell you to shut the fuck up? She got straight to the point, and she wants to know, did he tell you, and what do you feel about it? And this is what I'm talking about, of a Scala asking the questions that everyone wants to know. Because, I mean, we saw that he did tell her that, but I want to know. Were you embarrassed? Did that make you feel away? Was that like I gotta talk to him about this later type of moment? Like, we do want to know, how do you feel about that man telling you to STFU in public? Scala says, did she tell you to shut the fuck up? Mia says, probably. She drinking too. She ain't paying that man no mind. And that's something too. If y'all got old family members, you don't pay them no mind. So I really feel like she's used to G doing what he does. It just doesn't matter to her. It's probably, and Candace says, she admits that her and Chris talk to each other like that too, just not in mixed company. This is why I say no one asked you about red flags. This is why I say you don't have a right to speak on other people's relationship, because the hairs cross at a certain point of everybody has some form of dysfunction to someone else, if that makes sense. So not saying that your relationship is dysfunctional, but an aspect of your entire relationship could be deemed like, damn, to somebody else, and it's perfectly fine to you. So that is why you mind your damn business and stop speaking on other people's relationships. So Wendy begins to ask Mia about her mom, and I feel like she does this just to get the ladies talking in the room and to kind of get like Candiace and Mia to go ahead and start trying to hash something out. And so Candiace begins to say how she felt like it was not the proper time or place for Mia to ask Candace's mother about whether or not Chris was on the payroll and other personal questions that she may have asked. And Mia says that she was connecting and aspires to be a mother like her one day. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just from the viewer's perspective, because Dorothy is a little mean. She's a little feisty in multiple aspects, and I definitely watch the show before you got on it so you can see if you meant what you said, okay? So Candace proceeds to say, well, she wasn't found in the strip club. I don't think Mia said anything in this conversation to lead up to that. I just don't. And this is what I'm saying. It's like she just comes out with fucking guns blazing, nunchucks. She's just like mean. I wouldn't want to play laser tag with Candace, and that's no contact. And Mia says, I made a lot of money too. And I'm here for Mia's attitude. Like she's swan. Because it's rolling off her, baby. It's water. She's not. It's whatever, Candace. It's whatever. People have said worse. I've been called worse by better looking people, by better people, by higher paid people. Candace says, very good. I'm sure G made it rain. Again. Now, why you gotta bring him into it? Insult me. You ain't gotta talk about my man. Like, girl. Then production cuts back to the husbands. Chris is saying things go like they meet and they become friends. Next thing you know, my wife doesn't like your wife. And I'm like, Chris, I'm happy that you're catching on to who the problem is. I'm happy that you're catching on. I'm happy that you're getting it. So, yes, you get cool with these men, Chris Samuels. Next thing you know, your wife has beef. And she is the beef. And that's just what it is. So, G laughs it off. He says that he laughed off Candace calling him low budget, but I'm thinking that the alcohol has him not necessarily remembering that situation correctly, because she didn't call you low budget. She called your mother-in-law low budget. She called your wife's mother low budget. She hurt your wife's feelings, not yours. So I think that's where you're kind of too drunk on. Then we cut back to the housewives, and Candace brings up Mia calling her shoot low budget. Yet again, we're going back. You know, we backpedaling. Candace is bringing that up, and I personally do feel like Mia calling that particular moment in time at Candace's video shoot low budget was unfair. I do feel like that was unfair because it was a parking lot scene, Mia. What budget? The only budget was the cars. And per the show, Chris did what he was supposed to do for those cars. So at the end of the day, I'm feeling like, what was so low budget about a parking lot scene? What did you want? A carnival? What did you want? Funnel cakes? What did you want? I don't understand what was low budget about a parking lot scene in a parking lot, other than the men doing lawn work behind. But I mean, honestly, who do they schedule? So what was she supposed to do about that? But Mia says that she needs to learn to take constructive criticism. And then Skylar comes in doing what she do. She says, can I interject? Can I say something? Mia said no. And I'm like, Mia, every time a scholar try to say something, Mia's like, what is she, the mediator? God, no. Leave her alone. Let her be the mediator. Shit, what are you? Okay? The scholar says, I just don't think that this is a business meeting. This is not a business meeting. We are on a trip. We're here to have fun. Everything does not always have to be about business. We're friends trying to have a good vibe and a good time. Candace proceeds to tell Mia that she was found on the curb by a pimp. Mia proceeds to remind her that she called her mom low budget but doesn't know her mom. Candace said, you don't know my mom either. What? She was asking your mama about stuff that exists. She wasn't talking about your mother in that way. So I think that her example of you not knowing her mother to call her low budget and bring up her past, and that's the thing, she's not bringing up her past, but you have to understand the thin line at this point. When someone has a past like that and you say low budget, it's very offensive, whether you know so or not. But Candace saying, you don't know my mom. Girl, Dorothy don't know a lot of people and got a lot to say about it. So what does that mean? Wendy proceeds to check on Mia and ask her if she's okay. Candace asks, why you checking on her? Is she okay? And Wendy reminds her and a scholar that she's checking on her because she understands what it feels like to be ganged up on by two people on a trip. And I felt like that was very specific. And the reason that you're checking on her is not because she's being ganged up on. It's because you know the truth about her mother. You just can't necessarily speak on that until Mia is ready to honestly make Candace feel bad about that shit. Because that's really what needs to happen. She needs to go ahead and crack her face and let her know, like my mom has been through a lot. And so for you to say that on a live fucking show, on camera, where it's going to air, and someone's going to see it, possibly my mom, you don't do stuff like that. You just don't. And she proceeds to call Mia's feet big again. And Mia says, I love my big ass feet. God gave me these big ass feet. And yet again, we're loving Mia's energy. Candace said, God also made you basic. Wendy yells, GVO! Good vibes only. We're here on good vibes. Don't do that. I'm like, I don't know why you saying that now. Girl, you should have been screaming GVO 15 minutes ago, to be honest with you. You shouldn't have started this conversation. That's what really shouldn't have happened. And so meanwhile, the husbands are in their calm on their GVO, okay? So Mia takes a call with her friend, and Candace said, you should excuse yourself with your flawed ass. She's just full of them. She is full of the talks. Full of the talks. Okay? Mia's on the phone. She's like, I'm talking to my beautiful, gorgeous, intelligent, rich friend. Not that these broke bitches could understand. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard the ES on bitch. But I wasn't offended. Because I'm not Candace. That's who she has the problem with. She ain't talking to Wendy. She ain't talking to Scholar. She ain't talking to the viewers. She ain't talking to her castmates. She is talking to Candace. Okay? So once Mia walks past Candace saying the broke bitch statement, Candace proceeds to say, your mother is a broke bitch. She then calls her a night walker and a night crawler and tells her to pick up the money on the way down. All I'm gonna say is, if this is all that led up to that damn lettuce being thrown, Mia should have threw more than the lettuce, baby. She should have threw the whole island. There should have been dressing, croutons, crispy onions, salad toppings, motherfucking bacon bits. We should have had a whole salad bar to throw at her if this is what led up to the lettuce being thrown. Are we still not understanding why Monique beat her up? Finally have arrived. Karen and Ashley have finally arrived. Mia says, people who get me are here. And girl, I feel that, because it is nothing like being on a trip stuck. Okay, stuck. And your man ain't no help because he drunk as a skunk. Can't talk straight. Can't see straight. Don't understand the situation that's even happening. So your only option is to be miserable and get on his level. Karen's outfit is, I'm going to give it a no on two areas. One, the bra strap, and two, I get that it was an off the shoulder look, but that's what they make strapless bras for. So no to that. And then number two, didn't like the shoes. Black does not go with everything. And this is coming from somebody who loves black. It didn't go with that bubblegum pink. It was not a look. It was not cute. And honestly, the style of the shoe didn't serve the color well either. Wendy asked the question that we all want to know. Ashley, what is that? This big ass picture of her family. Ashley, what is that? And 9 times out of 10, she gonna be in the shared room. I wouldn't want to share a room with her. Not with that. We had to turn that around at night, baby. I ain't trying to see Wendy informs the ladies of their gift baskets and how they have things that are all from products that are all from black owned businesses. And then she introduces her candle. I'm not going to try to say the name because I'm not super sure of the pronunciation. And that is also why, to me, I didn't think that was the smartest business move, to pretty much have a name that people can't say. Because I can't tell my friend about it. I don't know how to say it. So yeah, but she introduces her candle line as one of the black owned gifts for the ladies. And I'm here for it. And you know, Karen with the 3 wick. And Wendy got the 1 wick. So Karen said it's for a larger area, and Wendy's is for a more intimate area. We get it. We get it. After Wendy has given everybody the order that they're going to go in to pick their rooms, Ashley pulls Mia to the side in the kitchen and she's like, "Are you okay?" And Mia's like, "Yeah, she's just mean." So Candace overhears her saying that and she's like, "If you're going to talk about me, I'm standing right here. So if you're going to talk about me, the least you could do is invite me into the conversation." And I'm going to tell you right there, I disagree. I disagree. Somebody's talking about me, I don't want to be invited into the conversation because I don't care to defend myself about you, and you bold enough to sit up here and talk about me while I'm standing right here. It's nothing for me to say. And then in this particular situation, I mean, it's true, she is mean. So I don't have to invite you into nothing, girl. You done hurt my feelings enough today. Leave me alone, girl. So Mia, she's like, "You know what, grown woman shit, let's talk." So they get in their little huddle and they talk. Skylar doing what she do, and this is the person that I said was gonna try to get hurt about me as saying broke bitches instead of broke bitch, referring to Candace. I feel like Skylar says, you know, she's like, so don't tell me you were saying broke bitches when you know when you said that. I mean, she did, but you know she was not talking about you. And that's what I don't understand in this situation. You know she was not talking about you. She was talking about Candace. Who was she arguing with? Of all 3 of y'all, 4 of y'all in the room, Mia being one person, it's 3 people. Wendy, Skylar, and Candace. Who is she arguing with? So why are you putting yourself in that? Candace proceeds to tell Mia that she needs to go to therapy for what Skylar then calls classism, and it's Mia constantly having to remind people that they're not where she is. And I found that very interesting because honestly, rewinding back to the beginning of Potomac, Karen was very elitist. She was very classist, okay? And then Candace's mama is not nice about Chris being who he is or where he is in the tax bracket. So I'm kind of finding it like, Mia need to go to therapy. I'm feeling like everybody except for shit, Ashley and Robin need to go to therapy for classism amongst y'all. Because y'all are all bougie and can throw slugs about where someone is in their life. And so, yeah, no, I definitely felt like that was ill-placed and a bit strong to tell her that that's what she need to go to therapy for. We all may need to go to therapy. But I don't think it's for being classist or elitist. I just don't. As they are continuing to discuss whatever hell they discussing, Mia is talking with her hands, and she puts her hand in Candace's face. Candace pulls the "don't put your hand in my face" card, saying you did that one, you did that to this one, referring to Wendy. And I found that very interesting yet again, because you put your hand in someone's face. Granted, she then flipped your hair, but let's rewind back to step 1. You put your hand in someone's face. So I'm not understanding how we're here. So Wendy then steps in between them because we've all seen this go left before, okay? And Candace is already traumatized, so we just want to keep her post-traumatic low. Candace proceeds to give Mia a non-threatening warning, about putting her hand in her face and, you know, careful, you just got into this group and you barely made it into this group. And Mia gives the responses that Mia gives. Mia says, you keep saying that, but quite frankly, I couldn't give 2 shits because I've already made it. And that was loud and clear. I highly understand and respect that. We're already here, honey. So why are we talking about the past? Let's talk about the present and the future. The present is episode what? The future is another contract where? Okay, thank you. So Candace proceeds to call Mia a night walker yet again, being mean. And Mia's like, I can't. I'm over it. She's a child. And I totally agree. And I would not be standing there arguing with her either, because you're not going to keep calling me like degrading and demeaning names. You know what you're doing. You're trying to make me feel like nothing. So I can't do this with you. And I totally understand. I would have. Okay, you're right. Night walker, night crawler, night stalker. What else? Okay, call me a possum. Call me an armadillo. Candace calls Mia disrespectful and says that someone needs to tell her what to do and where to go. And I find it very ironic because a few people say the same thing about you. All of the projector activity that you had going on at Reasonably Shady, and look at you projecting, because you need to calm down. You need to calm down. It's not this serious. You're the only person that's this amped. Because what's crazy is you asked to be invited into this conversation. She was not talking to you. But Candace proceeds to yell, "Where's your pimp?" And Mia doing what Mia do. She goes, "Pimp, where you at? Your hoe is here." And I just feel like, hey, dealing with Candace, get mad for what? I'm gonna give you what you asking for. Okay, that's fine. He my pimp, I'm his hoe. That's fine. Let's do it. So, G is over there on the couch like this, on the chair, on something. He over there not even. He heard him, but he not here. So she go and pull him up off the couch, and her and Candace are yelling and exchanging words. And Candace is like, "You're hungry," throws her a piece of lettuce, and then they're like, "Whoa," and she's like, "No, you started with me, and someone needs to teach you how to, you need to learn how to finish." That's what she says. You need to learn how to finish. And I'm like, this is crazy, because this was the exact same dynamic between you and Monique. This is the exact same dynamic. The crazy thing is though, it's like you're playing both roles. You're playing you and Monique in the situation. You doing the same, antagonizing things, but then you're buck like Monique was. So I'm confused and wondering which way are you trying to go? And I don't think it's that direction. I really don't. So at this point, throwing lettuce is the last thing you need to be doing. Throwing anything is the last thing you need to be doing. So Mia comes back over to the counter and she's like, whoa. What are you chunking? What are you chunking, honey? Punkin, what you chunking? Like, we're not doing that. Stop throwing stuff at me. And I understand, because mind you, this is the giant, right? This the big bitch with the big feet. And I'm like, she got big hands too, Candace. If everything else big, you don't think she got big fists? You need to leave this woman alone. Leave her alone before you get beat up on vacation. In front of your man. Beat up on vacation in front of your man. Mia, I don't hear what they're saying in the crossfire, but Mia yells again, "It was low budget." She yells it again. And Candice says yet again, "Your mom is low budget." And I'm going to refer y'all back to the beginning of this episode. Mia said if she says it again, we're going to fight. Candice had already said it about another 1 or 2 times prior to this one in this house. So at this point, Karen and Wendy jump in because they're like, whoa. Karen is like, "You are not going to keep talking about her mama." And I'm like, thank you. You are not going to keep talking about her mama. Not like that. And Wendy is like, "How many times I got to tell you that this girl mama got, why do you keep doing that?" And that's my point. And like, she doesn't want things to get better. She doesn't want to do better. She is throwing intentionally hurtful things at people to make them hurt. Like, she wants you to crumble. And I just don't understand how you can ever even find reconciliation from these situations like that. That's what I really don't understand. It's like, how do you expect Mia to actually forgive you when you keep doing like this? You saying like specifically hurtful things. Mia, she stands there. And after they jump in, Mia said, "You say it again, we gonna fight." She meant what she said, and I understand, okay? She's standing there, she assessed the countertop. She was like, "What can I throw?" Girl grabbed a handful with them big hands, okay? Them big ass feet. God gave her them big ass feet. She said she got some big ass hands. She picked up some lettuce and threw it at that girl. I swear, I'm telling you, she threw, like, her handful was enough of, like, a normal size cereal bowl. She threw a bowl of lettuce at that girl. That was a handful of lettuce. That was a lot. She threw lettuce at that girl. And then, of course, Candice tried to jump out her skin yet again. And I just feel like this could have all been avoided. You asked to be put in this conversation. This could have all been avoided had you just let her express herself to someone else. You was in the hallway talking about her with a scholar. So I don't understand why you couldn't fathom that just feet away from you, she could still express disdain for you. That is just what's crazy to me. The rules are circumstantial and they only apply when they benefit. So Candace tried to throw some lettuce back, but we're gonna get on to this next episode. That's what we're gonna do. The next episode is where We'll see how long the trip lasts.